The things we know, but no one mentions. It's 21 questions with existential tension, unusual amazement, fantastical lessons. 21 questions with you.
Welcome to 21 Questions. Today we have Prateek with us.
Hey, happy to be here.
If you're ready, we'll jump right in.
Let's do it.
All right. So we'll start question number 1. What is something you wish you were really good at?
Oh man. Okay. Let's see. I've got a list. Painting. I wish I was good at painting. I wish I could dance. Not dance. I wish I was good at dancing. And I wish I was good at speaking another language besides English.
Okay. Yeah.
Top 3. Yeah.
All good goals. Do you have an object that you could never part with?
Ooh. Gee. I guess if we're going I guess my computer, just from a pragmatic business standpoint, because I need it to do so many things. But like, if we're talking like stuff that I'm sentimental about, probably there's like definitely like there's some like t-shirts and stuff that I've gotten very attached to over the years. Like I got this when I was in high school. It is over 10 years old now. I still keep it. I wear it as a sleep shirt. It's just, I love this thing so much.
Yeah, t-shirts get more comfortable the longer you have them.
Yes. It is a really, really sweet deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could start a secret society, what would you want it to be for?
Ooh. Secret society. The secret society of people who appreciate pineapple on pizza.
Okay.
Gonna be controversial with that one, but
Hey, a secret society can be whatever you want it to be.
yes.
What do you think is the difference between living and existing?
I think that I feel like everybody would probably agree that they have different definitions of those words. But I think everybody's difference between living and existing is probably really different.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that makes sense. But for me, I think the difference between living and existing is living is existing, but with a sense of purpose, with a sense of joy, being able to enjoy things, also being able to bounce back and to like recover from really difficult stuff. So yeah, I think existing is like the bare minimum stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that, because sometimes there are days where you like feel like you're just existing, and that's
Absolutely.
okay. I've had plenty of those days, especially over the past year. But I think generally for me, existing is kind of like the bare minimum of just being alive. And then living is existing with like purpose and joy and like a sense of you have an idea of what you want to do and you enjoy being here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you find meaning in your life?
Where do I find meaning? I find meaning in playing music for people. Like so many parts of just getting to be a musician. Like I find meaning in writing songs. I find meaning in like playing music for people, and when a song that I play resonates with people. Outside of that, I find meaning in a lot of my relationships. Like, my relationships with my friends, my relationship with my partner. I feel like, I really love, like I think like close friendships, and also like, like when you're like very much in love with someone and you actually want a future together. So like close romantic relationships. I find a lot of meaning in those, being able to just talk to those people in my life about anything. Yeah. So I would say those things. And then also, I guess like on a larger scale of relationships, I find meaning in community too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think destiny and free will exist simultaneously?
Hmm. I'm not sure that destiny exists.
Okay.
But I guess if destiny did exist, then I guess if destiny did exist and I didn't know about it or believe in it, then I guess that would be proof that destiny and free will could coexist.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
maybe you just have maybe if assume if destiny does indeed exist and you just can't understand it, then maybe that's the whole thing. You have to, even if something is going to happen, maybe you have to approach every choice like you don't know what an outcome could be, and you just have to make the best choice in that moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Pretty good
maybe.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
If you expect the unexpected, does that then make the unexpected the expected?
I think kind of, but
Okay.
no. I think so. I feel so. My whole thing when it comes to expecting the unexpected is that I feel like expecting the unexpected is kind of when it's just like it's kind of more of the idea. It's like it's almost more of the idea that you can't really whatever you're going to expect may not happen at all.
Okay.
So I think the idea of expecting the unexpected is whatever is going to happen, you're not going to see it coming. Just know what you thought you could see coming is probably not going to happen. So
Okay.
I think, but then what exactly happens? I think that could still be anybody's guess. So yeah, I've had like a lot of um, I guess I'll use like I'll use like a really serious example. I'm sorry to make this like too dark. So my mom when my mom got cancer about 2 years ago. Um, I guess what happened was it's like this one week she was doing fine, and then suddenly she started getting tired all the time. She had these headaches and we had no idea what was going on, just completely. It was completely unexpected. So we go she finally went to the doctor, and I think that was like kind of whatever. We weren't sure what it was, and we were kind of ready for it to be anything.
Okay.
We still were completely floored when the doctor says, yeah, it's cancer.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah.
If you purposely fail, did you then succeed?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Because if you purposely fail, then the failure is kind of the failure is probably if you're purposely failing at something, then I feel like the failure is on terms that you didn't set, which isn't like a bad thing, but it's just that you weren't the one who set those terms that you're judging your success failure on.
Okay.
So if you fail at something on terms that somebody else set and you do it on purpose, then I guess you succeed on your own terms, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 You are a new addition to the crayon box. What color are you?
Ooh. Let's see. Da, 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 da. I have not looked at a box of crayons in literal decades. So I feel like all the colors that I wanted back when I was a kid, maybe at least like some of them exist now. So I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh man. I am gonna go with I'm gonna go with Seville Orange because I just really like the way that Seville Orange sounds.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I just learned about Seville oranges. They're like this one particular species of orange that are only ripe in the dead of winter.
Oh wow. Okay.
And they have tons of seeds. Apparently they're really bitter and the reason that they're really popular is because people use them to make marmalade.
Oh.
Yeah.
All
So that is
right.
like real deal British marmalade is apparently only made from Seville oranges.
All right. Learning something new today.
You know? Yeah.
You have been given an elephant. You cannot sell it, and you cannot give it away. What are you going to do with it?
Ooh. Can't sell it. Can't give it away. Oh man. I can't sell it and I can't give it away. But I could release it back into the wild if I found the right place, right?
Yep. Why not?
Yep, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it back
I
in
would
its
I would
natural
yeah.
habitat.
Yeah, I would consult a team of scientists and ask for this seek their advice on what would be the most ideal habitat for this elephant. And if it was possible to release it back into the wild, then I would release it back into the wild.
Okay. I like that answer. I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah.
What does the world need more of? Wisdom or intelligence?
Both. So much more
Okay.
both. I think intelligence is really important because I think they're both really important. Um and I think the world needs more of both because we need people who can understand a wide variety of things, a wide variety of problems, which I think is kind of more of an intelligence thing. But I think wisdom is also really important because wisdom adds the idea of time into it, like time and
Okay.
experience, you know? And I think we need more people who are around long enough for, to gain a lot of wisdom and then to pass that on to people. So more of
Yeah.
both. Lots more of both, please.
Yes, I agree. If you had the choice to live with no more challenges or obstacles, would you take that option?
Oh man. Depends on what challenges and obstacles.
Okay.
Because if it was like no more if it was like no more bills, I'd be like, fuck yeah, sign me up for that. Yeah. I guess maybe depending on the challenges and obstacles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do they call it a restroom if it isn't for resting?
Ooh. I have no idea. Yeah. I'll have to Google that later. I have no idea. I've heard it called a water closet because
Okay,
apparently
yeah.
like toilets and like I guess it was like the early 20th century in England used to be called water closets. So I've seen that stick around.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
seen
know
that
why it's
one.
called a restroom though. That's weird. That is weird.
Make you think a little bit.
Yeah.
What would you do if you found a penguin in your freezer?
Penguin alive or dead? Because I feel like that's a big part.
I'm gonna go with alive.
Okay. Get the penguin out of the freezer because maybe that's not healthy. And then probably call like a marine research institute and be like, I got a penguin, what do I do? Help. It was just in my freezer. It was kind of cramped. I let him out. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah.
What would you do if you became a fish?
What would I do if I became a fish? Just swim. I would probably I would swim and it would probably feel amazing. And then 5 minutes later, I would probably get eaten by a bigger fish. But for like 5 minutes, I would experience true happiness.
What is a sound that you love?
Oh. That's a really good question. Okay. I guess I have a few answers. I So I love the sounds of the neighborhood I live in at night because it's a quiet neighborhood, but every so often you'll just hear a car just kind of go like, like passing by, and it's very. I guess I find it really comforting because even though it's quiet and that makes it so much easier for me to fall asleep, just hearing like a car every so often. Or the sound even from like relatively far away just kind of reminds me it's like, oh yeah, there's people out there, they're alive, this is a place where people live. And it gives me like that gives me like a warm, happy feeling. When I was a kid, I used to I kind of still have this but not as much now. I used to be able to hear like really sort of like really high pitched ringing sounds, which is apparently like a thing that you have like if you're like on the autism spectrum or have ADD.
Okay.
You can hear like certain really high pitched sounds. So when I was a kid and my family, we really liked to travel. Sometimes we know like there was a lot of getting home after a long trip, whether it was like by airplane or whether it was by car or whatever. And I remember as a kid, I would, like after getting home after a long trip, and walking into the house, and it was and it was so quiet that all I could hear was kind of this like this like high pitched ringing noise, and it wasn't painful or anything. It was just kind of like maybe it was the lights or the electronics or or just something, but whatever it was, I used to find it really comforting because it was kind of just became like, oh, I'm home, this is
Okay.
nice. Yeah.
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 What is the most ridiculous, useless, or trivial fact that you know?
Oh man. I mean, okay. I got Captain Crunch cereal led to the founding of Apple computers.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a really weird and fun story, and I learned it like this past winter, like late last year, and it's completely nuts.
Huh. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
look that one up.
Yeah, it's like the short version of it was that in the 1970s or even was like the late 60s, Captain Crunch started it. They included toys in their cereal, in their
Uh-huh.
cereal boxes, as a lot of companies did. And in at one point and the one point in like the late 60s, early 70s, the toy they included was a whistle.
Hmm.
Completely by accident. You remember you remember touch tone telephones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, completely by accident, if you the whistle was at just the right sound frequency, that if you blew it into the phone, you could access, like, it was something like the service menu. So basically you could hack the phone lines and make free long
Okay.
distance calls. And what happened was a lot of people started figuring this out, and this is basically like how hacking subculture started. Before people had the internet, people would hack phone lines, um, and eventually, um, and people started building all these devices that could imitate more sounds and allow you to do more sophisticated stuff with the phones. So many people started building these things that it became a really great way for people to get into electronics. Two guys who started got their start in electronics building these devices. They were called blue boxes. Two guys who started out building blue boxes: Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. And then after one of their mentors in this community got arrested, they were like, maybe we shouldn't do this, and started doing like freelance electronic work for like companies like Atari and everything, and then eventually founding Apple Computers. So yeah,
Okay.
Captain Crunch, AirPods.
Fascinating and disturbing at the same time.
Right? Technology is weird.
Yes, very.
Yeah.
If life was a video game, what cheat codes would you want to exist?
Oh my God. Infinite health.
Yeah.
So I never need to go to the doctor. Infinite health. Yeah. Infinite health. There we go.
What food represents your state?
Represents the state that I live in?
Yeah, so currently.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. I feel so like I've grown up in the Boston area, so I feel like when you're along the coast of Massachusetts, it's probably lobster rolls.
Okay.
But I mean, like Massachusetts, especially as you move westward, like it's a completely different area.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like, so I'm gonna say lobster rolls, but I'm open to changing my answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is something popular that just annoys you?
Oh my God, so many things. So many things. I am the king of getting grumpy about popular things. I am gonna say. Oh my God. I'm gonna go with Drake.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
got a whole list, but like I'm gonna go with Drake. For today, we'll go with Drake.
Okay. We'll change the answer tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're down to our last question. What ice cream flavor do you wish existed?
Ooh. So I feel like this might already exist, but I'd be really curious to try it. And if it doesn't exist, I really want someone who's good, I want like someone who's pro at making ice cream to try because I bet it would be amazing. Peanut butter and bacon.
Interesting combination. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Because peanut butter and bacon sandwiches are amazing.
Haven't tried that before.
It's got like it's like this whole like salty, sweet, savory combination thing that going on that's really delicious. Yeah. So if you like BLTs and you like peanut butter sandwiches, I cannot recommend it enough.
Okay. Well, I do like peanut butter and I do like bacon, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like if someone was really good at some professional chef who was like really good with ice cream, I bet they could probably make amazing peanut butter and bacon ice cream.
Yeah, very possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I know bacon ice cream exists. I know there's like peanut butter cup type ice cream. I'm just like, peanut butter and bacon. It's gotta happen.
Somebody will have to make it.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for 21 questions.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. So, you can find me on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My handle is Prateek Music on Instagram, so definitely go follow me there because I'm trying to get to 2,000 followers. And let's see, I've got music on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, all the usual places. I don't know anyone who uses Google Play. And I definitely appreciate a follow on all those platforms because I've got a single that's coming out in mid-April. So keep an eye on those very soon. And yeah, thanks for having me on the show. Yes.
Like, I've got one, do fish get thirsty? Like, they live in water.
Amazing. Oh my God. Oh, that's a good question. Do fish even drink water? Do they absorb it? Do they hydrate when they absorb it through their gills? That's so neat.
Why do we drive on a parkway but park on a driveway?
I love it. I love it.
They're like, can you stand backwards on a staircase?
Can you stand backwards on a staircase? Yeah. I guess you can only stand backwards on a staircase relative to like whatever direction you want to go.
Right, but if you're just like
because you can walk up and down them, yeah.
If you're just literally standing still,
yep.
Can you be backwards?
I don't think so.
Like, these are random, but there's so much like, wait, what did you just ask?
I love it. I love it so much.
Cereal or soup?
Not by itself. But if you add a liquid, then yes.
Right. So like, so you put it in milk. Does that now mean I'm eating soup for breakfast?
It's good soup. It's good. Wait. Oh my God. Is cereal pasta?
Let's see. Who would win in a battle, a ninja or a pirate?
Maybe a ninja if they have the element of surprise. Maybe.
Maybe. Why does a nose run but your feet smell?
I love it. I love it. I did learn something in high school though. I had to take this anatomy class, and on the first day I learned something that completely blew my mind, but that should have been incredibly obvious. So your tear ducts are connected to your nostrils. And that's why your nose always runs when you cry.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's called the nasolacrimal duct. I'm just like, this is the coolest thing ever.
The things we know, but no one mentions. It's 21 questions with existential tension, unusual amazement, fantastical lessons. 21 questions with you.